Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Guns, Roses, and Spirituality. And if you've been keeping up with our latest episodes, so we went through focus wheel, thought rampage process, one of the most probably effective techniques related to manifestation, and super hyped for today's episode. We're going to deep dive into money and like all of our amazing, crazy stories once we just released any resistance towards that subject.
So basically today, it's just all about flexing on you guys. Like just like
Hey, I should brought my grill.
yeah, oh hey, where's your grill? You got
It's
it?
in the other room.
Bro, you should grab it for real. Like
All right, let me go
you
grab it.
should for real, yeah. All right, I'll wait for you.
Okay.
I'll talk, I guess, or something.
Yo,
All right. All right. Yo, you gotta get close, bro. Why?
had to show off the grill.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So for the listeners, I got grills in my teeth and one's in
Yeah,
a
damn.
day, bro. I got crystals in my mouth.
Yeah, bro. She's clearly been having a very abundant year this year.
Yeah. This is like the best proof, honestly. Like
Oh shit, that's hilarious. Hey, yo, when I make clips of this for TikTok, bro, people will be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, oh shit. Hey, that's gonna be the thumbnail for the podcast.
Hell yeah.
No, for real, no, dead ass. Like, cause you know, like, when you listen to it on Apple, like, there's like a poster. You listen to the audio, yeah, it'll be you and your girl, bro, for this
Hey.
episode. But yeah. So everything, all the stories that we're gonna share with you, basically the main components of how it all happened is us clearing resistance. Like for me, I didn't really think that much positive thoughts about money or anything like that. Like it's almost like 99% just clearing resistance, which means clearing negative thoughts and stuff like that. Basically clearing negative thoughts. And so dang, I lost my train of thought. But
Do you want to focus on like the money journey from this year?
I want to start with kind of like when we started struggling, like when we were still struggling and
Okay.
kind of the first shift of that.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, I can share how I got into my position now.
Yeah.
So for me, I think I mentioned this like probably like an episode like way back, probably like last year and stuff. But not gonna lie, like ever since out of college, like I've had full-time jobs.
Yeah.
And I have to say it's like my thing with money, and I just had the mentality, especially like first generation immigrant parents, like you had to work hard for money. Like you got to put in the sweat, the time, like nothing is going to come easy. So I kind of just like, I was on that vibration for so long. And even to the point of like pushing back my own health, like even in school and work, like I probably just like take a bunch of Adderall and like just get the work done. Like there was no joy in it. And it's just like, and I always related that to money. That feeling of needing to struggle. It's just like, oh, like, all right, if I want to do something, like I'm gonna have to work for it. So when in my last 9 to 5, I was there for 5 years. And 2 years in, like once I started getting really present, coming back into myself, letting go of like anxiety, like super heavy depression, my intuition started coming up a lot more. And I knew I had to quit. And for 3 years, it took me 3 years to get the balls to quit. And I think that's like my main shift with money was really having complete faith that the universe is going to take care of me. Like the worst case scenario, like I'm never going to be homeless. I'm never going to go hungry. Like what's the worst possible thing that can happen if I let go of this time consuming job and let the universe provide for me? And that was like a whole 3-year journey, like trying to shift. And especially with money, it was, I think the key thing for me was knowing that if I'm in my vibration, if I'm in alignment, there is no possible way I'm not going to be able to get what I want. And that's a huge leap of faith. Like I always had the vision of me just like falling from the sky, but knowing that like there's always going to be a big ass safety net at the bottom of it all. Like I knew, like once I really felt in my vibration, the universe is going to have my back, like everything's going to be okay. That's when I quit. And it was hella scary, but it was just like my thought process, even when I quit, was all right, I'm retiring. I'm never going to work another job again. Like I was so sure I was going to be completely taken care of that. Like I quit with literally no plans. I had no other job lined up. I wasn't even thinking about that. Like all I was thinking about was like, yo, I have unlimited time freedom now. Like what's the most fun I can have? Like how can I fill my day with things I actually get to enjoy now? Tell me why. Like literally the same week that I quit, I ended up getting a text from like an old coworker saying that like she heard that I quit and like if I was interested in doing like a consulting job for a summer project. And it was one of the easiest things I've ever done. I ended up making my whole month's salary in a week. And I was just like,
It was
and I
online too, right?
completely remote and online. And it's just like I had so much faith that like, yo, I haven't even tried. Like I'm putting no effort into seeking out money and it's just coming so naturally for me. And ever since then, like even now, whenever like if I rack up credit card debt or anything, like money always comes, bro. Money never stops. Like it's almost a little hard to avoid it, not gonna lie. Like so,
Yeah.
and I feel like once you let go of that barrier of like you need to work hard for money, like
Yeah.
you're just gonna be so surprised with like how the universe provides it for you, for real. Like honestly, no effort besides the vibrational internal shifts.
Yeah, so I think you set it up perfectly because this is a great point. And so basically I've personally helped a good amount of people and close friends sort of break through with money, and it's always the same. Like especially in the beginning, it's always the same process and they always have amazing results. And so the first thing with money usually is like what Jasmine was saying, we have this programming associate associate uh making money with like grind and hard work
Mhm.
and effort. And like that's the first thing is we're trying so hard. And when you try so hard, guess what? Like what you're doing, you're cutting off the natural abundance that's supposed to come to you. So the first thing you want to do is to literally do the opposite of everything that we're taught, which is that's why it was very scary for me for Jasmine because we're we feel that if we just stop and take it completely easy and stop thinking about money and worrying about money and letting go completely, that we're gonna fall apart and that things are just going to disappear. We're gonna be homeless, and that's just deeply ingrained with us. So all you have to do is let go of your negative thoughts and stresses about money and your circumstances. And number two, just let go, like just relax and just let go. Stop trying so hard, stop effort, just let go and just enjoy your life and just let go of all that stuff. And that's all we what me and Jasmine had to do. It took her like 3 years or whatever, like to kind of sort of gradually reach that point. But it's like she could have done that way earlier.
Mhm.
But she had all the programmings and stuff. So the thing is like it's like I had to lead so many people through this where they're at this point in their life where when you're ready, when you are finally ready to for that next level of financial abundance, you're gonna have to face this leap of faith type of thing. But it's not a leap of faith because the thing is like when you let go, the money literally flows in, like it floods in every single time. When you let go, you allow this yourself to finally like realize that all this abundance to finally flow in. But the thing is like we think that's not going to happen. We think the scary thing's going to happen. So the first thing that I kind of help people do is basically risk homelessness, basically. Like, like the first thing I tell people to do basically is to completely let go. And it's like they feel like if they just stop worrying about money and stop working hard, that they're going to become homeless. Like for Jasmine example, right? Like she had to basically make that quote unquote leap of faith to quit her old job, which took her 3 years or whatever, right? To do. And when in reality, she let go immediately a way better job that's freaking online, and she doesn't do shit. Like
Yeah.
it comes in, right? And so that's the first thing. And so the two keys were released with money is number one, uh letting go. And so basically think of it this way. Um the biggest blocker in people with money is stress, the grind, working hard, efforting, trying hard. You look at your life, like look at how much that's relevant in your life, where you hate your job, to wake up early, you have to, grind at work and just uncomfortable, right? And you have to stress about money, worry about money. You're familiar with that feeling. The opposite of that is ease, flow, just relax, having way more free time, right? So, so that's why it's really about just that progression of the going from like letting go of all the resistance, letting go of all the trying so hard, and into the allowing mode. And so, yeah, so you just want to clear resistance. And the thing is, when you do this, your hours of work is going to decrease. So you're gonna work less and less and less
Yeah.
and make more and more money and achieve more and more abundance. So I think that's a good starting point uh for people, is to understand, okay, so it's all about number one, releasing resistance. So for me, basically I had to realize that I had these negative thoughts about money. I was stressing about money all the time. And I was stressing about my career. I was stressing about how money's gonna come in. And I didn't realize, oh, like it's not normal to have these thoughts. Like it's not normal, but it's not productive. Everyone have these thoughts. Most people have these thoughts, but it's not productive when I'm at the grocery store. I'm like checking my wallet to make sure I have enough for groceries. Like I noticed patterns within myself of worrying about money, and just grinding for money and stuff. So I was able to release those thought patterns, and I was able to release my behaviors, like of grinding and stressing and uh working hard, efforting and all this stuff. And basically I just started doing nothing except letting go and allowing on that subject. So yeah, basically use whatever tools you have to release resistance thoughts. For me, it's present moment awareness and focus wheel. And I just did a podcast episode on the focus wheel. I highly recommend check that out. But those tools plus yeah, just ability to let go. And you're gonna feel like there's gonna be a slight feeling or a major feeling of you're about to fall off a cliff, because you're about to, let go and stuff. But you might be wondering how you're gonna feed your family or whatever. But if you just let go, and you're able to consistently do that within a very short period of time, you're gonna find something a billion times better.
Hmm.
Okay. So okay, that's the gist of the kind of the intro kind of. But so do you want to share a little bit more of your um money, like your money journey, as far as, okay, so you started off with not hating your job, right? Just not liking your old job where you have to work at the office and it's a
Yeah.
grind. And then what happened leading up to you letting go and getting a new job, and what happened after that? Because I saw a big shift in you at that point, and you became really abundant ever since.
Yeah, dude. And I think it's all like the only reason it took me 3 years, dude, I could have probably done this process like maybe in a couple of months. Like if I
Now,
now,
knowing
exactly.
what you know now, right?
Yes. But the only reason it took me 3 years was because like I was also starting my spiritual journey. And so I feel like it just encompassed everything that needed to happen for me to reach this point. So, like learning to trust my intuition more and making a commitment to follow it, like all those little impulses and stuff like that. Um, my spirit couldn't thrive in a job like that. And the thing was, dude, I was making hella money, 6 figures. Like on paper, like there was no reason for me to quit this job. I loved my boss. But it was just so emotionally taxing. And for me, my joy, my happiness, my alignment is so priceless. And that's the thing, like now, so like the position I'm in now, I work maybe less than 30 hours a month and make
God.
everything that I need right now. I think I'm making just slightly less than I was at my 9 to 5, and definitely not as like consistent. Like some days I'll make like maybe like 1,000, and next month like 6,000. So
Someday you make
like
1,000. You act like that's like not a lot for a regular person, bro.
but
Like,
okay, that's another thing I want to talk about.
yeah,
Knowing your worth. You know how
yeah,
many people are
yeah.
actually grinding and working hard, and like they would be like whatever job they end up in, like they would be like a golden child, and they're afraid to ask for a raise. Like
Yeah.
that was the thing too. Like I knew my worth, and I always try to expand any
Yeah.
limitation. Like if there's a salary range, I'll purposely ask for higher just to see what happens.
Mhm.
And like that's the thing. It's like once you have that self-love, self-worth, and like that self-confidence,
Yeah.
like you're gonna own up and empower yourself to realize that it's like, yo, why wouldn't all this money come to me? It's like, what the fuck? Like why would anyone degrade themselves? Like you're offering your time for money in most cases. Like
Mhm.
your time is and attention and focus is the currency of the world. Like, and just knowing and having that trust in yourself that like you are worth it, like that's gonna make such a huge difference too. And
Mhm.
maybe like a lot of people feel like they don't have the skill set to make money and stuff, but that's not even about that. It's more like, at least for me, so like right now I'm in the position where I'm having like these crazy job offers, like contracts just keep coming, and like I'm not seeking out anything. And it's because I know they're going to come to me. I have that firm belief. And now I get to I have so much free time. I can travel where I want. But I will say, even like one latest example that I was going through right now was in the Euro trip, I racked up about 12K on my credit card. And I think and a lot of that money, like I was paying for stuff and people were paying me back in cash. So it's like, but that was just probably like a couple thousand in the end. But still, that was like a lot to spend. And it was on my credit card. I definitely didn't have that much in my bank account. And during the whole time in Europe, I was like, dude, this is amazing. Like, first of all, I get a credit card. Like, I just focused on the positives. Like, I was just so happy about it. I was like, yo, I have a credit card. I can buy whatever I want now and deal with it later. Um, and I knew once I got back home and I didn't have a laptop to work, but I just knew, like, I just had that belief. Like, anytime like my thoughts tried to shift, like, oh, like, and I'd get worried. I was like, fuck, like, this is
That's
a
the
whole,
old you.
that's the old, yeah.
Yeah.
But then like I just focused on like true reality. I was like, bro, like money's always gonna come. Like, what am I worried about? What's the worst that's gonna happen, bro? Like there was no reason for me to spend any amount of time putting energy into anything negative.
And you know that you know that it's everything's gonna be great because of experiential experience, right? Like, so you had the experience of letting go, and every time you fucking let go, money comes in, right?
Yeah.
So you know, so like the Europe trip expand, like it was just like expanded you even further. Like, you know, you had 10K in credit card debt, and you had all the right in the world. Like a normal person, first of all, wouldn't even be able to have that month in Europe, that the epic month in Europe, first of all. But second
Yeah.
of all, like what normal person would have freaked the fuck out, right? And so you didn't almost do that, but it's like you had a choice. So if you
Mhm.
didn't, the opposite of what you just did and succeeded with was with you could have chose to stress about it, and then you would have came back and still had hella credit card debt and
Mhm.
be in a situation where it's a real burden on you because
Yeah.
you would have chosen to not let go and stress about it.
Mhm.
So So yeah, like so the thing with me and Jasmine is we're doing really, really well financially and abundant wise, but it's like we're only like a year and a half into clearing, and it's not even like the last half of the year that we were doing it at a even higher level.
Mm.
So it's like we still have resistance to clear, but it's like we're already extremely fucking abundant at this point. It's only gonna get more abundant, and so yeah, so Jasmine, so um you was able to let go, then you quit your job, then you um basically start having so much free time and you're making good money, and then and it's all online, so and you're working minimal fucking hours, and then
Yeah.
uh tell us a little bit about maybe you're traveling, like then what, like then you start traveling a lot, so tell us
Hmm.
about like when was it when you first quit, and then when did you start traveling?
I pretty much started traveling ASAP once I quit. Like I think I just took I knew I wanted to give myself like enough of a adjustment period because that's a big shift. Like
Yeah.
from working 9 to 5 and going to school like for what, like 10 years, and then all of a sudden like I have all this free time. Like I didn't even know what to do with myself, but like I enjoyed the fuck out of it. Um but the I started, and that was another thing. It's like even when I had a full-time job, like I didn't have time to travel. So I'm just like, so what am I working for, you know? And that's when I made the commitment to, honestly, the most important thing for me right now, what I want to spend my money on is traveling. So that's my number one priority. And every single time I wanted to go on a trip, the money just suddenly comes.
Yes.
Like for the Abraham Hicks cruise, I just had like it was such a deep intuitive calling to go. Like I saw Italy everywhere, like I just saw all the synchronicities. I was like, I have to book this. And I didn't have enough money. So I charged it to my credit card. Less than a week later, bro, I get offered a brand new contract for literally the exact amount that I estimated that I would need for a Euro trip. But then like the Euro trip ended up being like an extra like 3 weeks basically. So that's where
Mhm.
like the credit card that came in.
Yeah.
And then when I came back, bro, when I came back from Europe, I sent an email to one of the people I was working for. Just literally just letting them know I was back. I wasn't even expecting them to have more work because I was gone for a minute. Right away, they were like, yo, are you, they were basically saying, like, are you gonna be free? Like, we could use you. And then that same week, bro, I had a job offer from Peloton for like 140K a year.
Jeez.
And deep down, like I was never gonna take that. And I think like I just lost like in the last round. And I just took like that interview for fun, bro. Like, and I knew it was just the universe telling me, like, you don't need a job like this to get what you want.
Mhm, mhm.
And the universe just keeps showing me proof that like just relax and follow the path. Because even with the whole thing with money, it's like I'm realizing more and more, bro, like money is hella fun.
Mhm.
But what I desire from money is time freedom and being able to do what I want. Money is just a tool for me. I don't think it like now, I used to be such a big saver. Yo, that's another thing. I used to be such a big
Mhm,
saver.
mhm.
And I felt like that made me feel good. I was like, oh, like the more money, like the more numbers and like the higher the count got and like my accounts and stuff, like that made me feel happy. But now I'm just like, whatever is enough for me is like makes me feel so good. And even that's a shift. It's like I feel so much more abundant with probably like a few $100s in my bank account that I did with like tens of thousands.
Yeah.
And I know that, bro, we're here for what, another 70, 80, 90 years? If we're like, if so if they're gonna live like long term, like there's so much opportunity to make money. But I understand, I think like with, I do understand the frustration though of the what is of reality. Like if you have bills and stuff like that, like it's such a big focus. But I think like the most important thing is just like, yeah, those bills are gonna be there, but it's like, how are you viewing it? Like, are you really stressing over like a few $100s when it's just like, do you know how much money is like in our vortex? And it's
Yeah.
all there, like just waiting to be tapped in. Like if you're on the path to being fully in your alignment, being like letting your true authentic self blossom, like there's no way goodness isn't going to come from that.
Yeah, so if you have a lot of bills, responsibilities, lack of time, a lot of stress, a lot of debt, a lot of responsibilities, like whatever, you have to take a lot of job stuff, then that's just a reflection of what's active in your vibration. And when you're able to release that, all you have to do is release that. You use what's happening in your reality to have clarity on what's going on in your vibration, and you clear that. That's all you have to do. So if you have bills right now, you have a lot of responsibility, focus on clearing resistance.
Mhm.
Focus on doing focus wheels, focus on releasing negative thoughts, and it's like boom, like it's just
Mhm.
I don't ever take any action when it comes to money. Like,
Yeah,
you
same.
know what I'm saying? So it's like it's just yeah, you just don't. So it's all energetic internal action through just clearing resistance effectively. Um, uh, okay. I wanted to share kind of my money story, but is there anything you wanted to talk about before that with you?
Not at the moment, but I can share after you're done. I can share the prosperity game
Okay,
I was
perfect.
playing.
Okay, so yeah, I want to give people kind of a quick overview of my story, maybe like a quick version of it, because there's so many details
Yeah.
that goes into it. But um, so so basically, um, same thing with Jasmine. Like my whole life, it's been like my family business been failing and struggling, and it's just been a mess financially. My family's always in like massive debt all the time, and they're just working so hard. Everyone's, including myself, we have to work all the time and have all these responsibilities and grind basically, and just struggle and not have any financial success and be majorly in debt all my life and my family life. It's been like that, and uh basically I started to clear resistance and let go and money and stuff. And this is around like January 2021. This is like late 2020, right before 2021. And basically out of nowhere, so basically before this, my family opened up they turned our old buffet into a seafood restaurant, and they put hundreds of thousands of dollars into it to renovate it, and they were in massive debt. And then when they opened up, they got we're in like a secluded location, so no one knew we was there. It was just like hidden. And so on a Friday, they would make like $300 in sales, which is like one table. Like literally, imagine a nice fancy seafood restaurant get like one table for dinner on a Friday. And basically, I was at that time I was trying to get my family to run ads, but they would never listen to me no matter what. And it was just like it's like I realized, wow, like we have all the ingredients to have a very successful business, because I knew that the moment I ran ads, um, everything would blow up. But it's like they would not let me run ads, and it's like things just did not line up continuously, even though all the ingredients for success was right there. The self sabotage was fucking ridiculous. So basically that's like, yeah, so anyway, so finally I gave up, and also I finally realized I have a lot of negative thoughts about ads. I was trying to convince them to run
Mhm.
ads, and that's really also really underlying like vibration of that was trying to prove my self-worth to my parents. So I had to realize that. I realized I had a lot of negative thoughts and stresses and worries. I was analyzing about money a lot and my career. So I let all that go. I let go of all those thoughts and everything. And next thing you know, one night, one of my cousins, he's part owner of the business. So he came to me, and he came like begging me. He's like, "Do you have any way of getting some traffic, some business into our doors?" And and you have to think about, I've been trying to convince my family to run ads for like months and months and months, and they wouldn't do it. Now one of the part owners were begging me to run ads. So it's like when I finally let go about my vibration on money, and also just trying to get them to run ads and everything. Next thing you know, he comes begging me. And long story short, from that point on, I ran like a $300 ad. And now Fridays, instead of doing $300 in sales, we're doing like at least like 3,000, 4,000 in sales on Friday. And then Saturday, we're doing another 3, 4,000. And then Sunday, another like 2,000, and then another 2,000 on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we go from just loss after loss every month, right? We're like loss after loss, like just bleeding money, right? My whole family's money is tied to this, and so bleeding and struggling. And now, we're with a $300 ad every week, we're making over, I think, like at least over 10K, like at least, like, off of a $200 $300 ad, right? And from then on, things, kept clearing resistance, and things kept blossoming. And meanwhile, I had the means to go to Jamaica with my best friends, with Jasmin and my other best friends. And then we did a whole Florida trip. And so now I'm starting to travel. I'm having more free time. I'm starting to travel. And I'm finally like, my family business starting to do well. This is all within a few months. And then next thing you know, fast forward a few months, 2021, and I keep clearing resistance. My technique at the time wasn't as good as my techniques now, so it took a little longer, but I was gradually clearing resistance, and we're making more and more money. And then now, like, the other business is thriving. We have multiple businesses. The other one is like thriving. And then my family invested in like a seafood restaurants, like in Texas. And before I cleared my vibration and all this stuff, the seafood restaurant closed down because of the pandemic, right? So they put in money, and then we never hear back from them because pandemic happened and they didn't do it. They open up, and now they're like super successful, like ridiculously busy. So now my family's making like passive income, and we go to Texas every like year to pick up like a bunch of money because they give it to, I don't know, they give it to us in cash for whatever reason. So it's like we're picking up thousands and thousands of dollars, like, and we're having fun in Texas. And then, like, next thing you know, I'm just having more and more free time, and my family's becoming super duper abundant. So within a year and a half, we went from bleeding money to like super abundant, and I have more and more free time. I'm making more and more money. I'm traveling more and more. Like, so, went to New York, then went to Miami trip in January this year. 2 Miami trips with Jasmine in them, and then uh, basically that's when I discovered the focus wheel. That's when I discovered the focus wheel and stuff, and that's when my abundance took that next level. I started doing focus wheels because before that I was doing present moment awareness, which is great, but then I added a focus wheel, and that's what took me absolutely next level. That's when I started to travel. So that's when I started to I went back to New York and had an amazing time. That's when I manifested Turks and Caicos, and that's when I manifested. I basically I didn't know how I was going to go to Europe with Jasmine, right? And then, like, I realized, oh, the resistance that's happening right now, it's exactly what I need to clear. So I cleared my worry about that. Next thing you know, we go to Texas to pick up money for the restaurant and stuff. And next thing you know, out of nowhere, my dad's like, yo, I told my dad I was going to Texas or to Europe, and he's like, yo, let me just give you like $3,000. And then 3,000 turned into like 4,000, turned to 5,000. Next thing you know, my other family start chipping in. And now I have over 10K in a span of like 2 days. I have over 10K in cash. And now I booked the Abraham Hicks cruise, had the best experience, and I spent like a month in Europe with my best fucking friends. And then that's just one thing, right? And then so at this time, my life is getting better and better. I'm having more and more free time to do what I want. And here's some other things that happen. This is all in a span of like about a year and a half. Like, my house got completely remodeled. Like, it got completely remodeled. Like, I basically live in a new house. Me and my family, we have this never-ending flow of money now that just keep coming in. We're just generating so much money. We have so much cash flow, and we just, like, I'm doing whatever I want, like, every single day. It feels like I have millions of dollars. I got a new Porsche 2023
Yeah, dude.
Cayenne, right? I drive it every day now. Like I have a new Porsche. Um, I went on the Abraham Hicks cruise. I manifested over $10,000 for that, right? The Turks and Caicos trip, New York trip, 2 Miami trips. Um, my dad's he doesn't joke around. He never would joke around about this stuff. He's talking to me. He's like, I'm about to get you a million. He's gonna get me $1 million house, like like and, and uh, my family out of nowhere. They're like, yo, I'm gonna give you another $100,000, like for when you get married and stuff, like super soon and move out and stuff. So I'm like, I'm getting like millions, like so. My family went from never being abundant, like to I unlock my vibration, and that just spread to my whole family. They become abundant, and think about it, like me unlocking my family's abundance is worth more than me making $1 million. Because think about it, if you're a millionaire, you're probably, if you just have $1 million in your bank account, I don't know if you're that comfortable with buying a Porsche and then remodeling your whole house, like completely remodeling your whole house. Buying $1 million home, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is all within a year, guys. All I did was clear resistance. And for me and Jasmin, so much more abundant shit has happened that we're not telling you guys, as far as like, there's just so much shit. We're giving you such a
Yeah.
simplified version of this story.
Mhm.
But yeah, so
I'm just wondering about like, man, like money is such a big topic. I guess because it's just like everyone, like it's just like any other topic. It's like there's just I can imagine like how a lot of people just have so much worry and negative momentum behind it. But it's like, bro, once you clear that, it's like the universe is gonna play with you. And it
just
just
buzz
like
in.
unlocks so much more.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. So
thinking
it's all
about
go ahead.
no, just like thinking about the trips, it's like, damn, like, yeah, dude, I barely worked this year, I swear to God. And like
Yeah.
all of this happens.
Right. So just remember, it's like it's about clearing resistance, but it's also about basically you want to get more away from the feeling of the grind and more into just complete relaxing and not stressing and just taking it easy, and that's where the money is, like
Hmm.
literally. And I have so many examples of my teaching this to my friends and then them becoming abundant as fuck. And yeah, there's so many stories. I just, I don't have their permission to share it right now, like I don't know, but it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's like it's like this work, everyone who I work with who are open to this and they apply it, this works. Like, it's like, oh, this woo concept, wherever, but it's like, wow, it works every fucking time. Like
Hmm.
massive abundance for everybody around me.
Hell yeah. I remember having a conversation with my older brother. Like he just like took me to the side one day. We were in the car actually, and he was just like, he's like, yo, like, what are you doing with your life? And this was like last year, like when I was like a few months into
Yeah,
my
yeah,
newfound freedom. He's like,
yeah.
yo, what are you doing with your life? Like, when are you gonna get a real job? Like, you're still living at home. Um, and I was like, first of all, I think I make more than you per hour. But I said that in my head. But I was
Yeah.
like, trust me, bro, I'm fine. Like, all right, what's the end goal? Like, what are you working for? Retirement? So that you can have enough savings to enjoy your life? All
Yeah.
right, I'm doing that right now. What's the end goal here? Like, and like releasing resistance on money, definitely like that escalated clarifying my desires so much more. Because I realized like at the heart of it, it's like I want to have the bare necessities like to be able to pay bills, blah blah blah, food, like all that's taken care of. But like at the bare, like my true intention and the feeling place I wanted to go with money was freedom
Mhm, mhm,
and knowing that like I can do whatever I want and like
mhm.
it's okay. Like the problems are gonna work itself out. It's like even when I came back from Europe and had the all the debt, I realized that like one of my investment accounts that I've been doing like for like the past like 3 years, um I was able to do a direct transfer from that account to my bank account. And I was just like, all right, like that was just like the perfect solution. I have the money there. Let me pay off this credit card debt. Versus most people are like, oh my God, that's my savings. Like I can't touch that. Like
Yeah.
that's like, bro, that was like for me. that was the best solution. And I know, bro, I know that money is gonna come back so much more. Like, why am I even stressed about it right now?
Yeah, and honestly, I think our relationship with money keeps changing. Like right now, like yeah, there's no holding on. There's no feeling of holding on. Like
Yes,
literally, so
yes.
I'm trying to spend money, but money keeps
Same.
coming, and I can't spend. Like I'm trying to get rid of this shit, you know, but it keeps coming, and it's like, and that's the thing is like, if you're holding on to money, that's also resistance, but it's also
Yeah,
like I. We treat money like breathing. We're just in and out, in and out. And when you have the experience of knowing that money's gonna keep coming in like this, you just keep breathing in and out. There's no holding on. There's no holding your breath. Like it's just in and out, and the supply keeps increasing. And dude, like we've only been doing this for a year, and honestly, like it's not the last half of the year that I was doing it super effectively. It's like, it's like watch how abundant we get in like another year or two. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. And like, I'm not even thinking positive thoughts about money. This is all just one direction. There's only one step, clear resistance on this topic. Literally,
yeah.
that's it, effectively. So I just check out the focus wheel episode, and start applying this to money, which is episode 147.
You know what I'm realizing too, like now thinking about like all the scripting I did and stuff for the trips uh and like kind of calculating like how much like the ballpark money I needed, and it always
Yeah.
came. But my favorite part of the process was like not even thinking about the money, but it's like the experiences I wanted to have. Like, what am I using? What am I so stressed about this money that, and like what's the purpose of it? And like
Yeah.
once I gave money actual purpose,
Mhm.
even like short term, especially for short term goals, like
Yeah.
short term goals. Sorry, the girl is um uh bro, like it's almost like the money came in even faster, and I
Yeah.
always got the experience I wanted,
Yeah.
and like in the craziest ways. It's
Mhm.
like, bro, like I think like my favorite story of this year of like pure abundance was ever since Turks Caicos when we were scripting. I just had yachts in mind. Like I wanted a yacht ride, an epic one, like even a party on a yacht. Like it was just so fun for me to think about. Like, what more could I ask for? Like just being on a beautiful water, like having a good ass time. And in Europe, when we got to Naples, um, I walked out of the cruise ship. I only had 50 euros in my purse in cash. I remember like these taxi drivers like bum rushed me, like asking us like, oh, like where do you want to go? And I was like, I only got 50 euros. Like I just want to see the most beautiful place today. Um, and then there was like some resistance, like it wasn't enough. Like it was gonna be like 200 just to go to Capri or Amalfi Coast. And then like all of a sudden, like these two older Spanish women come in and they're like, do you want to split a taxi with us to go somewhere? And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. But then they start haggling and like having resistance with like the pricing with the driver. Like they wanted like 200 each from us. And I'm like, nah, let's not do this. And all of a sudden they saw a ferry, only $20 to go into the place we wanted. It was only going to take an hour. So I was just like following them. Like I literally had no agenda, no plan, nothing. And I'm sitting in the ferry with them, and they're speaking Spanish, so like I just had the urge to just go up and go outside. I go outside in the front of the boat, and this girl who's part of the Abraham Hicks cruise, I've seen her around, and this is the first time like I actually got to talk face to face with her, and she was just so chill. And people actually confused the two of us because we both had like blonde hair, kind of like similar skin complexion and stuff. So it was like we just started chatting it up, and then she just invited me to hang out with her group of friends, and she was like with 10 other people. And I'm showing on the ferry, I'm showing her pictures of the Blue Grotto cave that I really wanted to see and visit near Capri. As soon as we get off the ferry, bro, a Blue Grotto tour is there, and a guy instantly comes up to us asking if we wanted a yacht, a private yacht. And I had the most amazing time. It was my first time ever on a yacht like that, like in the Capri, Italy, bro, like crystal blue water, like the most amazing rock structures, like all these beautiful luxury houses. Like it was pure abundance. Like I can't even think of like a more perfect setting. It was like a commercial. And then I ended up paying like $40. Like I always got exactly what I wanted in the best way possible. And honestly, money was never such a big deal. Like it always ended up working out. So I think too, like, at least for me personally, it's like seeing money as a tool and like a beautiful gift from the universe. It's like, what are you doing with it? And it just helps. So like, I just get into the feeling good place of like, what do I actually want to experience with money? And then from there, it's like, that's when the magic happens. And
Mhm,
like, just the cooperative components are always just going to come together.
mhm, mhm.
But I think if I focused on just like having money just to have it, like even personally, I don't feel there's a purpose for it. If money's just going to come for no reason without me doing something with it or enjoying it.
Yeah,
You could see that too. It's like, it's an energy and attraction thing. It's like, I have a purpose for what I want to do with it.
yeah.
And that's what's making it come faster, honestly.
Hmm. Facts. So once you start to have this new paradigm on money and where you just start no longer need to work that hard and you just have like all this money and stuff, um in this new relationship with money, you reach a point where you stop thinking about money to get more money, but you start to think about exactly what you want to experience. So, you know, one time I was like, it would be nice to eat a Wagyu steak. So it's like $100 per pound, right? So, or whatever, right? This is the beginning when I was like barely abundant, but I just think about that. And next thing you know, like I get a $200 tip at a restaurant or something from one table, bro, and I'll go buy that steak. Or I start thinking about the Abraham Hicks cruise or whatever, right? Thinking just I want to be on there, and, thinking about it, and $10,000 come through. Or so basically, you start thinking about exactly what you want. So you have to clear the resistance first, though. But
Mhm.
but then when you clear resistance and combine it with thinking about what you want, the thinking about what you want is really just extra, but it's really powerful. But you start thinking about what you want, and what's gonna happen is hella money's gonna start coming through. Like you're just gonna like if you start thinking about the I don't know a vacation out of nowhere, like the money is just gonna start coming through. Like
Mhm.
so it's not about thinking about money. It's about thinking about what you want to experience, and then the money will come through, especially if you clear resistance.
Mhm.
Yep.
Especially if you feel excited. Like for me, it is the feel getting to that feeling place of just like
Yeah.
how I'm gonna feel like once this all comes together and unfolds.
Right. Right. All right.
And I wanted to share a technique. I was reading about it in Ask and It's Given, the prosperity game. So it's different from the wallet process. So prosperity game, it's imagine like starting from today, imagine that like in in this magical bank account, you're gonna get $1,000 today. Tomorrow, you're gonna get $2,000. The third day, you're gonna get $3,000. Every single day, you're gonna get an increase of an extra $1,000. And it's up to you. You could spend it today, you could save it for the next day, but just know every single day, a new big amount is gonna come in. And when I started it off, like it was just so fun for me because I also, in terms of abundance, um, I know my imagination is a big part of it. Because when I started scripting, like I was like, damn, like, dude, I could think about anything I want to do in this world. That's like, I'm just thinking about basic shit like yachts, like helicopter rides. Like, I was just like, yo, like, how far can I really take this? And that's what I loved playing with this game because it's like, yo, if I actually did have this much money, it's like, what would I actually be doing with it? But I want to go back into my journal here. So I started it. Oh, I called it the vibrational check deposit. So my first $1,000, I got 2 round trip tickets to Vail, Colorado. Um, and because in my head, like I want to plan a trip for me and my mom. So that was day one. Day two, I get $2,000. So I looked up a nice resort in Colorado, and that's just going to be just 2,000 to cover for 4 days for me and my mom. Third day, I get $3,000. I wrote down that I'm bidding on my dream car. And then because I knew how much money I was going to be getting. So I think it took me like 11 days because my dream car is around like 60, anywhere between like 60 and $100,000. So the next 11 days, I think I had like, how much did I have? 80. Once I got to 88,000 on day 11, I got my Mustang. And then after that, so I was up to like 13,000. And then the rest of my money for the next from day 11 to day 23, I had over $221,000. And that's my down payment for $1 million home in Sicily that I was looking up. And now, like, it's just so fun. Like I would wake up super hyped to play this game. And it's just been expanding and blowing my mind. Like, wow, like what would I really be doing? Like, what do I actually want to experience and have from this life? And like, because if someone gave you $1 million right now, like, what would you do with it? Honestly, like, would you still be like, would you be happy, or would you even be even more stressed of like what to do with that money? So I think, yeah, it's like, just feel good about it. And this game definitely helps me feel good about money.
And it like and it exercises your imagination, which is something that I feel like moving ahead that we're gonna talk about more and more.
Mhm.
Um, damn, that's actually really awesome. Like, I definitely want to try that. Is this a 30-day process, or is this like
You
forever?
can keep going forever, bro. And I think
Damn,
the ask and it's given process, like if you do this for a year, like you'd spent like $66 million or something like that in a year.
60, damn. Oh my God,
Dude,
yo,
I already
man.
have a vacation with my mom, my dream car, a Gucci jacket, 3 Rolexes, renting a Jaguar in Italy for a week. That's only 7,000. Hiring an interior design decorator. That's only like 20,000 for like a month. Like, it's so
Dude, that's so genius because you're literally acting and basically behaving like someone. You're literally you're literally
yeah, bro.
and when you write down these experiences that you want to have, you're literally activating that vibration and experiencing it in the moment. So you're
Yup.
really activating that vibration strongly. Like, damn, that's crazy. You're literally becoming a new person with a new vibration. That's crazy.
And it's so cool to like look up certain prices of something and feel excited. Like, yo,
Yeah,
when I'm looking through lists and stuff, like I'm like highest price first. I was like, yo, I have mad money to spend. Like, help me. Like,
that's crazy. Your behavior just changed like that. Like,
yep,
usually what lowest to highest, right?
exactly. And now in this, like, I feel so abundant, bro. Like, and then
Yeah.
like my imagination is really powerful. Like, I already feel like I just put a down payment on my dream home. I already have my dream car. Like, I'm taking my mom on like luxury
All
trips.
right. All right. I'm doing this process too, and we're spending 66 million this year.
Yep. Yeah. I'm
All
up
right.
to I'm on day 34. Um, and this morning, I was looking up like how much it would cost to have a heated pool in my new house.
Okay.
Bro, in my head, I'm already literally renovating my dream home.
So I just want to say, for me and Jasmine, someone who is dealt with a lot of the resistance, and we're continuing to release resistance. It's easy now, right? For us now, the next step, it's not a necessary step. It's more of a for fucking fun and for just acceleration. Just it's not necessary, but the next step is to now it's the positive thoughts, right? Now it's just like exercising our imagination. Now it's just like we know
Mhm.
we have unlimited supplies. Now it's just like now what do we want and how do we use our imagination to tap into it to order it? So that's why like for me and Jasmine, it's extra exciting to play this game because it's like okay, one of my intentions for this next year is to really exercise my imagination and really script my reality at a
Yeah.
new level. So, like, this exercise will really help with that.
Yeah, it
It'll
has,
really
bro.
help. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm gonna be obsessed with the next year is to take my imagination and my ability to create my reality and scripting to the next level.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, we'll talk about that like next episode. But the thing is, we're probably fairly new at the stuff, so I don't know. We'll figure it out. But
Yeah.
bro, I'm hell excited. So are you doing this process on one like journal entry, or is it like day by day, or
It's day by day. I'm like using this little notebook. I did like
just
my
for that?
no, it's like like right now it has been because I have like another journal. But I have to like write notes randomly within it. But I kind of do keep it central because I like seeing like the progression on all my
Okay,
notes.
got it, got it,
Dude,
got it,
like
got it.
I feel like an accountant. Like I'm literally like
Yeah.
managing all this, like for real, like it feels real. Like
Yeah.
I'm keeping track of my down payment now. Like it's
Yeah.
not, I'm living a whole different life. Like,
I'm gonna do that. So you start with 1,000,
yeah,
and then next day you have 2,000,
yeah.
and then 3,000. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm gonna
So
do that
even
real
in the
fast.
beginning, because I was thinking small, like I got like plane tickets. So I was like, oh, like the first day I actually spent 1,056.
Uh-huh.
So then I subtracted the 56 from like the
Oh,
2,000,
okay.
you know? So like this is real, bro.
All right, $1,000. All right, bet, yo, bro, and we're gonna talk about this like just on the regular too. So, like, hey, yo, what'd you buy today, bro?
What's what?
I'm gonna be like, yo, Jasmine, what'd you
What do
buy
you want?
today?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like, what you up to?
Yeah.
Damn, man. All right.
And I
Um,
spent 14,000 on like helicopter tours in Australia. Like
dude, see, like, you would never have thought of this shit before. I
exactly.
feel like.
Exactly. And it feels nice, like actually Googling this stuff for real. Like I had no idea, like an interior decorator, like you would pay like at least for a good one, like maybe like $500 an hour.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
So it's just so like, and it feels so much lighthearted because I feel like other times, like when I look up stuff, I was like, oh, like damn, like that's a lot. Like, or just like I could feel the resistance coming up. But it's like playing this game, it's like I have the money, like, and now I'm
Mhm.
just like having fun with it.
Wow. I feel like this is gonna lead to like the next topic, but also the next year that we're gonna talk about. It's just like, yeah, literally for me, I'm having this urge where it's like I know my imagination is a muscle that's honestly
Mhm.
very, very weak right now. I know I'm creating my reality pretty well, but we could do so much with our imagination, because when we first try to visualize stuff, it's like for me, I'm running out of topics to visualize and stuff. But that's because I haven't exercised that muscle, right? Like, so I'm so excited to exercise that imagination and scripting visualization muscle and see how far this can go. And I think this exercise will help a lot.
Mhm. You know, I was just thinking about it because, like, all right, if someone listening out there, like, literally has like nothing, like even like a few dollars in their bank account, it's like you have nothing else to lose, honestly. Like, you're
You're
not
broke.
saying you're at rock bottom or anything, but it's like, why not just like start putting positive momentum towards your situation right now? Like, honestly, like, what do you have to lose at this point? Like, it's only gonna get better from here.
Yeah, bruh.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
even if it seems
facts.
like the most hopeless, bro, like that's where all your power is right
Mhm,
there. Like
mhm, mhm.
you can't go lower. Like
Yeah. That's
only go
why it took me hitting rock bottom to be able to like let go because I was
yeah.
like, wait, there's nothing else for me to fucking lose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
And I
you can
feel
do it before you hit rock bottom
for
if you.
sure.
Mhm. But yeah,
Yeah, maybe that like leap of faith might feel like the rock bottom, but it's like that's just an
Mhm.
illusion for real.
It's such an illusion. Once you realize it's such an illusion and that
Mhm.
that you're swimming in abundance that you wasn't allowing in, it's like holy fuck, bro. You're like, what the fuck have I been doing living like this my whole life? Like living one way, like not
Mhm.
realizing. Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Dude, that's great. Tomorrow I get to spend, I'm gonna have another $35,000. Like it's just
That's so exciting.
I love this game. So again, like
Yeah.
if anyone wants to look it up, it's the prosperity game. Abraham Hicks.
Hmm. But
Damn, we're gonna have so many more cool stories next year.
oh my gosh, yeah,
Jeez.
for sure, bro. And yeah, and just also the people who are listening, them applying these processes, and it's like, damn, this is so
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Nah, I think we're good.
Okay. So basically, guys, clear resistance first, and that's the first and foremost. And you can play the prosperity game as well, but just realize like what you're really looking for happens when you effectively clear resistance.
Mhm.
And yeah, and then the positive thought stuff, you can do it now too. But for me, that's just extra. It's just extra momentum, right? But you'll get there. Eventually, it'll lead to the positive thoughts too as well. So just clear resistance, and you'll manifest a custom design Porsche and months of traveling with your best friends in Europe and on a cruise and basically millions of dollars worth of abundance in a year. So
Yeah,
yeah,
seriously.
yeah. So yeah.
Damn.
Last words, Jasmine.
I just hope everyone has fun with it and like, yeah, why not try something new? What do you have to lose?
$2.
So, yeah. Get your vibrational chips up.
Yeah, bro. Damn, what y'all doing? I'm just kidding. All right. Hey, flex the grill one last time.
This was also like when I had like almost nothing. And then like before I got the contract, because I was like, I just wanted to grill. Like, why not? And the money came, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yo,
Sheesh.
next one's gonna be like diamonds, like
Oh God. Oh
it's
God.
grades.
How much money would that be cost in your thing?
Ooh, I should buy another one. Oh my,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Maybe like a good K.
That's it.
Yeah, I think so. Because I only want
That-
like two of them.
okay. All right. Damn,
Like
that's
real
cheap
gold and
as fuck.
diamonds. Yeah. That's the thing, bro. It's like in real life, like $1,000 seems like probably crazy to some people, but it's like when
That's
you're playing this game, it's like, bro, like I can't get rid of this fast enough. Like,
yeah,
like what's the
crazy.
most expensive thing on the menu?
No, yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like it's crazy because yeah, I always be like, yo, what's the most expensive shit y'all got here? And like in real life, like and everyone's like, and they'll be like $50, and everyone's like, what, $50? That's so much. I'm like, $50? That's it?
Come
Like
on,
that's
yeah.
it?
Really.
Like your most expensive steak's only 100? Like it was only like $1,000? Like that's
Yeah.
it? Like man, y'all give me a discount or something? Like bro, my whole because money becomes literally like water.
Yeah. I
Yeah, so
feel you.
yeah,
I
yeah,
feel you that so much.
yeah. All right. Peace. Get your
Bye,
money
everyone.
up.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro. Broken shit. Come on, bro.
Season
What
of
you doing?
falling. Let's go.
Yeah, dude. All right, bro. Is
Peace,
you even
everyone.
abundant? All right, peace. Peace.